Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our program will begin momentarily.
Feel I stand here waiting for you to bang the gong, to crash the critics saying, is it right or is it wrong? If only fame had an IB, baby, could I bear being away from you? I found the vein, would hit it here. I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, live for the way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Give me the feeling of love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make 'em turn, turn. Give me the feeling of love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make 'em turn, turn. Make it real now. Put your hands up, make 'em turn, turn. I've overheard your theory, nostalgia is for geeks. I guess, sir, if you say so, some of us just like to read. 1 second I'm a coons fan, suddenly the coons is me. Pop culture was in art, now art and pop culture in me. I live for the applause, applause, applause. I live for the applause, applause, live for the applause, applause, live for the way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Give me the feeling of love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make 'em turn, turn. Give me the feeling of love. Turn the lights on. Put your hands up, make 'em turn, turn. Make it real now. Put your hands up, make 'em turn, turn. Make it real now. Put your hands up, make 'em turn, turn. Touch, touch now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our closing general session. My name is Kevin Byer. I am the current Vice Chairman of the NTCA Board and also a North Central Regional Director. I'm the General Manager at Federated Telephone and Farmers Mutual Telephone Company, both of which are headquartered in Minnesota. This year's fall conference has certainly been entertaining, and I hope you found it full of great content. We've certainly enjoyed our time running around Seattle, so I'm hoping you did as well. And I think right now would be an excellent time for us to acknowledge our sponsors, because without them, these conferences wouldn't be available. Would you please give them all a round of applause? You can find a full listing of our sponsors on the meeting app, as well as at the schedule at a glance that you might have. I certainly know that this conference has been filled with information that we will take home to each of our companies to enrich them. And this morning is going to be no exception. We have a full schedule with plenty of great insights and entertaining perspectives still to come. We will start off with an update from the Foundation for Rural Service, which is also known as FRS. Please welcome to the stage Jessica Golden. She's the Executive Director, and Stephen Milner, who's a board member for FRS.
Good morning. My name's Stephen Milner, and I'm a trustee on the FRS board. I want to know how many made it out to our event Monday night. Let's see hands. All right, we had a great time, didn't we? I want to know who was on my bus. Who was on? Okay, raise them. I know you were there. Raise your hand. In saying happy birthday to my daughter, I just want to tell you thank you for making her birthday special. And I want to say thank you, and that's what FRS is all about. It's about people, and it's how you make your community special. And what we try to do is to work with you, and through your foundation, through your giving, your sponsorship, and your giving of time, you make your community special as well. I'm filling in for my good buddy Eric Kramer, who's the president of our foundation and would be here, but he's back home in North Carolina dealing with the issues from the flood. So we're praying for him and all those folks who are out there in Carolinas and all the path of the storm. Like you, I work at a rural telco. Sorry about that. And I know that FRS is our foundation, and it works in our communities every day to help us make our areas a better place to live in. I will tell you that in June, giving you an update on the FRS, we welcomed 117 students to D.C. for our youth tour trip. They met with Chairman Pai and Commissioner Carr at the FCC. They toured monuments. They held a summit on the biggest challenges facing rural America, and they chatted with staffers about rural telecom issues. I'll tell you, if you haven't sent a child on this trip, you need to. It's a life changer for them. Not only is it an investment in that child and their future, but also back home into your community. In August, Jessica got to take 15 lucky staffers, which there was a waiting list, and it was the lucky 15 that made it. Took them out of D.C. and took them to SD, South Dakota, for our annual congressional broadband tour. And there they were able to meet with leaders and companies from across that state. And I just want to tell those folks that met with them, we couldn't have done it without you. You did a terrific job. But it helps these staffers understand rural issues that we face in our communities. And it also helps us go back to D.C. and be able to tell our story. It's something that we can use in our toolkit. We're always looking for things outside of the box to innovate, to invest in our rural communities. And last spring, we launched our Rural Youth App Challenge. I have a hard time saying that, so I'll call it just the App Challenge going forward. Sponsored by MAPCOM and NISC. And the sponsor team, Speed Geeks, was our first winner out of Indiana, sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Keep an eye on this program. We're going to launch another one in October. It's a fantastic program. In 2019, FRS is planning on expanding its impact. Next year, the foundation will be celebrating its 25th year, and we plan on kicking off a celebration at our time in New Orleans. So I want you to mark this on your calendar, Monday, February the 4th. We're going to be hosting a gala. I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's going to be a pretty big deal. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Things are going to probably get broken. And when I say that, I mean that it's probably going to be the hearts of the other regions that get broken when they find out that the Southeast raises the most money for FRS. Just saying, we're going to win just like we do in college football. But no, the gala is really about celebration in saying thank you for what you've done for us, what we've done together in these rural communities and given back, to rural America. Finally, and that's the favorite word that people hear whenever I give a speech, because that means it's about over, FRS is partnering with Pivot Media to create a number of videos highlighting the range of programs that we offer. I want to say thank you to Pivot and everyone that was involved in these films. And before I pass the floor back over to Jessica, I'd like to roll a video. I want to say before I go, though, thank you. I look forward to seeing you in Nowlands. Milner out.
Living in the rural community and even working in it, you don't see youth staying, but you see them all migrating to the big cities.
The more we can get our youth engaged in our rural communities, the more likely we are to get them back once they receive their educations, to realize, what a great thing they have in rural communities.
You have the flight of kids going to the urbanized areas because theoretically, unless you're in agricultural, there's not much opportunity. But now with technology, the ability to do things from a distance, we need those platforms in the rural communities, and the rural companies providing that so that the kids can return and have a livelihood that's as productive as anywhere else.
The scholarship program is amazing. It not only provides value to the student in contributing to the cost of their education, but also provides value to the sponsoring telephone company by helping bond them to their community.
A huge kudos to the Foundation for Rural Service for giving over $1 million in scholarships to date. This is money that is going directly to rural youth who actually have expressed a real value sense of living in rural America and have also expressed a commitment to coming back to their communities.
On those calls, you hear everything from tears to yelps of joy to stunned silences, and it's incredibly humbling. And the difference that a $500 scholarship can make for a student coming from a rural community, regardless of their background or their experiences, is truly incredible.
Community means family, and it's not just someone you see in the grocery store or go into the mailbox. Someone you have real connections with and you can speak to every day.
This sense of belonging to a community and helping each other out means a lot to me because it means that I have someone there that I can depend on no matter what happens. A small community means family, and family means taking care of each other.
Growing up in a small rural area, community meant a sense of togetherness and support to me.
When children come along and think about their future, they won't think I've got to move to the big city to have a quality of life that I would like to have a meaningful job, to be able to raise my family. Nothing wrong with the big cities. We certainly got to have them too. But it can't be the whole answer to a healthy America.
Sometimes in rural areas, we don't get as many opportunities as the bigger towns or cities. Because of this scholarship, I was able to attend a bigger 4-year university.
I'd like to thank the Foundation of Rural Services for this scholarship, and to anyone who is thinking of applying, do it. It is definitely worth it.
Thank you so much, Stephen, and thank you for stepping in. Our thoughts and prayers are going out to the Carolinas right now. I know Eric Kramer was sorry to not be able to make it, so we thank you, Stephen, for stepping in for him. And thank you to Pivot for that beautiful video. We are getting so excited for all that we have in store for you all. The Foundation for Rural Service was established in 1994 by NTCA with the express purpose of serving our communities. Since 1994, as Shirley mentioned, FRS has invested over $1 million in scholarships for students. We've brought thousands of students from across the country into Washington, D.C. for our youth tour to learn about rural telecommunications. And we've given away dozens of grants to communities just like yours. But we couldn't do any of this without the support of our donors and sponsors. Whether you give as an individual or as a company, or you sponsor our events, we can't thank you enough. Next year, as Stephen said, is our 25th anniversary as a foundation. And we want to celebrate this milestone with you by giving back. So in 2019, FRS will be awarding additional scholarships and grants. We'll be creating additional programming and materials. And above all, we will be celebrating with you. So as Stephen said, if you haven't yet, please mark down on your calendars Monday, February 4th, 2019. Again, Monday, February 4th, 2019, we will be kicking off a bunch of celebrations, but with, most importantly, our gala. So we will be celebrating with you in New Orleans at NTCA's Our Time meeting there. But please, we would love to have you in attendance. It's going to be a very, very fun, maybe not breaking things, but we'll see, celebration. Everything that we do at the Foundation for Rural Service is to make our communities better places to live, work, and play, and to share the message, as our video showed, that opportunities live here at the heart of rural America. And everything we do as a foundation is all thanks to your support. So please join us in 2019 in helping make our communities even stronger places to live, work, and play. Thank you so much for all that you do for FRS.
Thank you, Jessica and Stephen, and I kind of hope that we do break things like a record-breaking year in fundraising for FRS.